Sometimes the world tells you no so many times, you start to believe it. You start to think maybe you're not enough. Maybe your dream was never meant to live. But then one small moment, one final spark, reminds you that destiny always waits for those who refuse to give up. This is the story of Maya Collins. She was 27 years old when life finally broke her spirit. The rain was falling that night, soft, endless, and cold. The kind of rain that seeps into your bones. She stood on the sidewalk in downtown Los Angeles, clutching a weathered brown portfolio that had seen more rejection letters than any heart should ever endure. Each step echoed like a reminder of her failure. People passed by, faces buried in phones, cars splashing puddles, neon lights reflecting off the wet pavement. To them, she was just another girl in the city. But to Maya, that night felt like the end of her road. Inside her bag sat the latest rejection letter. The envelope was still sealed, but she didn't need to open it. She already knew the words. "We regret to inform you," she whispered to herself. "That's 1007. For 7 years, she had chased the same dream. To have her art displayed, to have someone, anyone, see what she saw when she painted. But no matter how much heart she poured into her work, every door seemed to slam in her face. She painted on walls, on cardboard, even on the back of grocery receipts when she ran out of canvases. Art wasn't just her passion. It was her language, her prayer, her proof that she existed. But the world didn't seem to care. As the night deepened, Maya wandered home, her shoes soaked through, mascara streaming down her cheeks like ink running from a broken pen. She pushed through the door of her tiny apartment. Barely one room, lit by the soft flicker of a single bulb. Her paintings were everywhere, bright, wild, alive, but to her, they all looked dead now. She collapsed on the floor and let out a sound that wasn't quite a cry, but something deeper. The sound of surrender. She muttered, Maybe I was never meant to be seen." Her phone buzzed once, then twice. A new email. She almost ignored it. She was too tired, too broken. But something about the subject line made her pause. It read, "Open call, one last submission." It was such a simple phrase, but the words "one last" pierced through her exhaustion like a whisper from the universe. She clicked. It was an open digital art competition. No sponsors, no fee, no prestige. Just one line at the bottom of the message that said, "Show us who you are." Those 5 words lit something in her heart that she thought had died. That night, Maya didn't sleep. Not for 1 minute. She stayed up painting with trembling hands, her tears mixing with the paint, her fingers raw from tearing paper. She took all 1007 rejection letters, every cruel word, every "we're sorry," every "not this time," and tore them into pieces. Each fragment became a part of her new creation. The next morning, sunlight streamed through her window, golden and forgiving. Her floor was covered in paper fragments, all glued and painted into a single breathtaking image. A woman made entirely of torn letters, her face lifted toward the sky, her body surrounded by a blazing sun. Maya titled it "The 1008 Sunrise." When she uploaded it to the contest website, her hands shook. Her heart was loud. She whispered, "If this doesn't work, this is my last try." Days passed, then weeks. Nothing. The world was quiet again, until one morning, her phone exploded with notifications. 97 messages, then 300, then 800. Her artwork, the 1008 Sunrise, had gone viral overnight. Someone had shared on social media with the caption, "The art of rejection turned into the art of rebirth." Within hours, millions of people were sharing it, writing comments like, "This made me cry. I feel this in my soul. I was about to give up, but this reminded me to keep going." Maya sat frozen. Her breath came in short bursts. Her eyes flooded. Then another email arrived. It was from the competition's organizers. Not only had she won, they wanted her to headline their international exhibition in Paris. She couldn't speak. She couldn't move. She dropped her phone, fell to her knees, and sobbed. Not the tears of sadness this time, but of release. A few months later, Maya stood in a grand Parisian gallery, marble floors, chandeliers glimmering above, and hundreds of people staring at her masterpiece. Reporters, artists, and dreamers from across the world stood before the 1008 sunrise. She could barely breathe, but then she whispered to herself, "Thank you to every no that led me here," because now she understood every rejection wasn't a wall. It was a stepping stone. Each no had carved strength into her soul. Each failure had taught her to keep painting even when the world refused to look. The truth is, sometimes life says no not to hurt you, but to prepare you. Every door that closes is simply guiding you toward the one that's truly yours. And as Maya looked out at the faces moved by her art, she realized the world hadn't been saying no to her dream. It had been waiting for her to be ready to rise like the woman in her painting. So if you're hearing this right now and you've been told no too many times to count, remember Maya, because maybe your next yes won't just change your path, it will rewrite your destiny.